Hey everyone, today I've made a little bit of progress. What you see here is not permanent at all. It's just kind of a test fit because I felt like throwing up some tracks, seeing how this would look in the end. I'm just using 036 here. Of course, I'm going to go with a bigger radius eventually. But right now I've been figuring out this whole area. I moved the control panel sort of thing under here as support for this piece of wood, which is of course not going to be the final piece of wood here. I'm still figuring things out. This is just a scrap piece. I haven't really cut that much yet. I'll use a jigsaw and do a really good job with that and make it kind of contour the curves a little bit. Just try to make it as compact as possible within the larger radius that I want to go with. Again, like I said, I'm using some of the old wood. This is going to be used in the construction of the layout, but just not here. It's probably going to be for some of the wider portions. As you can see, there's still scenic material there. I'll scrape it off in critical areas, like wherever it happens to rest on the structure of the bench work. But beyond that, it doesn't really matter that there's stuff down there. It might get in the way of wiring a little bit, but I'll try to clean it up as much as I can. Paint's not going to do anything, you know, but maybe like ballast in a few areas might, but that doesn't really matter. I just want to reuse the material, you know, get my money's worth out of it, because we all know that wood is a little expensive and we don't want to spend money on it as much as possible. So in terms of the radius, again, like I said, I'm just trying to get a feel. This is 036. I'm not going to go with 036. It's what I have a lot of. The Lionel catalog is kind of helpful with this. I'm planning on going with 072 for the outer loop and 060. Or actually, no, it's 060 for the outer loop and 048 for the inner loop. I chose that because I wanted to go with something kind of in the middle. Wider, definitely, but more of a compromise, because 96 inches of radius, that's a little... that would take up too much of the room and not be... that would be just about as bad as how the layout was before in terms of the space efficiency. 060 will do the job fine. I was going to go with 072, but it just ended up being a little too big. Not going out, it was actually almost to where this is, which I would be perfectly fine with, but going out this way, it would go like here, and that would not leave that much room for a straightaway, which is what I want in this area. That's kind of a key part of the layout that I want to get. So a good compromise was 060 and 048. I've been drafting a little bit. I've been told to get or use like SCARM or AnyRail or things like that. Those are great services and pieces of software, but I like drafting things on paper. It's just kind of how I work. This is the 060. I've got kind of a rough drawing of everything. Each little box is half a square foot or a quarter of a square foot, depending upon how you look at it. Of course, this is about 5.5 feet. Same here, a 3-foot little bit going there. This is about 2 foot 3 inches. This segment, I'm going to plan to have everything be nice and tight against the bench work. It's not going to need to be that wide. And then, of course, the 060 will fit neatly in there. As you can see with the catalog prices, the prices for the Trek are a little pricey for me. Like 027 curve, you need 16 pieces to make a circle, and it's like $8 for one piece of track, which is kind of insane. I'm just gonna wait to save up some money, just kind of pool up a little bit of money for myself, and maybe a little bit at a time I'll buy the track, or maybe I'll buy it all at once I've saved up. But for now, I could just do the bench work because I know the measurements. It's all standardized, which is a good thing. And then I can just set up 036 for the time being, and then eventually I'll get the new track in. Again, the 060, which is going to fit neatly inside, or what am I saying? 060 again, and then 048. One good reason for choosing 060 and 048 is I already have a large selection of 048. Here's my junk pile, I guess, or useful track pile. This track is 048, and I had it on a lot of the curves on the previous layout, and I had some extras, so I'll be able to utilize that. Those will kind of fit neatly between the larger radius, the 060. And that should turn out pretty good. I still have not figured out this area. It's likely going to be a similar setup to this, same radiuses and everything. I'll see. I might end up having to go down a peg. I don't know. But for now, I think this is just about the idea of it. Again, I want this to curve sooner, like go at a diagonal like you see here, and then be at the outer loop, and then the inner loop is just tighter. And follows it pretty much perfectly. I hope that Lionel did the research and that everything will kind of fit into place perfectly. But I mean, hopefully I'll have a good gap between the tracks so that there's no problems, no overhang. If you think that the curve track is expensive, look at these switches. I'm planning on doing manual ones, and they are like $50 a piece, which for play value, you'd get that $50 worth over time, but if you're getting like 7 switches, that's adding up real quickly. Part of me wishes that I had gone with tubular, but I just like the look of Fast Track a little bit better. So we're just gonna have to hang in there, wait a bit. It is an imperative to the running of trains for me to have a crossover, which I'd like to have somewhere on the layout, or a yard yet. But yeah, we'll see about this. Hopefully I'll get to set up something soon. Probably once I get the bench work in, I'll finalize something maybe with some current 048 and some 036 just as a little mock-up, and maybe do a running session video or something, or just put some things around the layout to see what I like. But until then, this is its current state. It's all planning right now. It hasn't really been that much action, but eventually I'll get to the work, and I'll try to put as much work into everything as I can, make sure everything's level and will fit perfectly. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any suggestions, let me know, or anything just to say. Your comments are super valuable to me. I don't think anyone really understands how valuable the comments are for the process of building a layout. So give me your thoughts. Tell me if there's anything I should be doing better. Tell me if you've done any of the same things. Tell me how that went. And yeah, thanks for watching the video, and I'll hope to see you soon. Bye.